and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey and welcome to Wellness with Casey. So today we're going to cover my all-time favorite barbell exercise. This exercise will help you develop tremendous power and strength. In addition to that, by learning this exercise, you'll be able to move into more complex barbell movements. This exercise is known as the deadlift. So let's get into it. So again, we're working on the deadlift today. Now, many consider the back squat to be the king of all exercises, but I consider the deadlift to be the king of all exercises. And that is because you are getting a total body workout when performing the deadlift. You are working so many major muscles. You're working your traps, you're working your forearms, you're working your glutes, you're working your entire leg. You really are getting a full body workout when performing the deadlift. Now, for demonstration purposes, I will be using a PVC pipe to simulate this movement. Now, if you don't have a PVC pipe available, that is totally fine. You can use a broom or anything else with a handle that will help you simulate this movement. So let's get started. So once again, we're going to use this PVC pipe to demonstrate the deadlift. Now, there are a couple of things that I want you to think about when you're performing this movement. One, I want you to make sure that you keep the barbell close to your body at all times. So as I'm performing this movement, I am feeling friction between the barbell and my legs. I can feel this against my pants. So again, make sure that you keep the barbell very close to your body at all times. And while it may not make a significant difference when you have very light weight on the bar, it is going to make a difference as you start adding weight to the barbell. So keep that in mind. Two, as I'm performing this movement, I'm going to make sure that my hands are a little wider than shoulder width apart, as well as my feet. And I'm going to start this movement by getting into an athletic stance, meaning I'm going to slightly bend my knees. From here, I'm going to hinge at the hips, push my hips back. So if there was a wall behind me, my hips will be touching that wall. I'm also making sure that my shoulders are pushed back and they're down. And I'm letting that barbell travel down my legs. Now, if I was starting from the floor this way, I would make sure that the barbell was in the middle of my laces. And then I would do the same thing in reverse. So I will pull the barbell up, getting into an athletic stance, and then I will stand straight up. Now, a lot of people approach the deadlift as a pulling motion, but I want you to start thinking about it as a pushing motion. So when I'm performing the deadlift, I am not raising the barbell by jerking my arms up. But what I'm doing instead is driving through my heels. So it is this motion driving through my heels, which is raising the barbell from the floor versus me pulling with my arms. And if this concept doesn't make sense to you, I want you to think about a piece of equipment that you probably use in your local gym. It is a leg press. So if you've ever used a leg press, you know that you will lean back on this machine and then you will push your legs straight out. Your feet, your heels, your foot is driving the weight away from you. And that is what I want you to think about when you're performing the deadlift. So I am using my legs here to get the weight up from the floor, driving through the heels to raise the barbell. I am not doing this. So think about it in that way. So just to cover once again, we're going to do this really in 3 steps. One, we're going to make sure that our hands are shoulder width apart. Our feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. I'm going to get into an athletic stance, which is position 1. I am going to hinge at my hips, again, pushing my hips out. Back is flat, shoulders are back. That is step 2. And then I'm going to let that barbell travel down my legs. And again, making sure that that barbell is staying very close to my body all time. And as I'm coming up, it's the same thing in reverse. I'm in an athletic stance and then I stand straight up. And that's the deadlift. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I'm going to give you a little bit more footage just so that you can see me performing this movement in a normal motion. And we'll talk about it once we're done with that. So here again, I'm performing the deadlift and breaking it down into 3 major components. Step 1, I am getting into an athletic stance by slightly bending my knees. Step 2, I hinge at my hips while pushing my hips back. And step 3, I let the barbell travel down my legs, eventually setting the barbell on the floor. Now remember to keep the barbell close to you at all times. And remember to feel some friction between the barbell and your legs when performing this movement. Also keep in mind to make sure to keep your head and your eyes straight ahead or slightly up when performing this movement. So find a focal point on the mirror or wall in front of you and keep your eyes on that same point throughout the entire lift. Don't look down. The barbell tends to want to travel in the direction your eyes are looking. So if you're looking down, well, then the barbell wants to go that way. Look up. Another tip I like to share is that while my lats are engaged, I am simply thinking of my arms as hooks when performing the deadlift. Now notice I said hooks and not limp noodles. This means I have a firm and solid grip on the barbell, but by thinking of my arms as hooks, I remember to let my legs do the work. Your legs are powerful, and you will lift more weight by performing this movement with your legs instead of your arms. Now in the next clip, I'll show myself performing the deadlift in real time. In this clip, I am deadlifting 235 pounds. And that, my friends, is the deadlift. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have you already been incorporating the deadlift into your fitness routines, or will you now give it a try after watching this video? I'd love to hear all about your progress below. Until the next video, see you next time.